Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will. So two headphones, two sets of earbuds here, both claiming to be really good. In this video, I'm just going to talk about them. It's just a discussion video, maybe a little bit of B-roll. But I'm going to tell you my experience with sound quality, battery life, comfort, and things like that. So you guys know that I'm a huge Sony fan. And to me, these are the top of the line earbuds for sound quality. At least that's how it was in the past. And then now One More has brought out a new set of earbuds, these active noise canceling earbuds, to challenge pretty much these Sonys. And these run $230 is what I paid for these, and these cost $200. So if you haven't hit the link in the description, you can grab these if you haven't already done so. Lots of people seem to be purchasing them. So go ahead and grab these because they are totally worth it. But how do they fare against these Sony's most powerful, most just beautiful sounding earbuds? First, I want to talk about comfort. The comfort and feel. The One Mores are a little smaller overall. The footprint of them, you know, the size of them are definitely a little bit smaller. And they do tuck away in the ear nicely. The Sonys are a little bit on the bigger side, but they both have touch sensitive buttons on the outside, but you can't really tell on the One Mores. But the Sonys, you can clearly see that it's a touch sensitive button there. And then the overall, like I said, the overall size of the Sonys, it just appears to be, it feels a lot bigger in the ear. And so when using these though, they both are very comfortable. But I do give the edge for comfort and feel to the Sonys, to the One Mores, because they're a little bit smaller and they just feel a little bit more compact in the ear. I definitely know that I have these on. And then with these One Mores, sometimes I forget they're there. You know, they're lightweight, they're smaller, it appears. In the ear, they just don't, they feel completely different. So comfort and feel, I give the edge to the One Mores. Now, let's talk about battery life. Both of these earbuds have a charging case. They both can give you extended usage when using the charging case throughout the week. Now, the One Mores, they last a very long time with the inclusion of the battery case, but the Sonys last just as long. So honestly, when I was trying to measure the battery, neither one of them died in a week. And so that's the tough part. So going into 2 weeks, maybe I'll give you another follow-up video on the battery. But for me, both batteries on both of these, with the case and without the case, are very long. Now, one thing that the Sony gets an edge up on is if you take away the battery case, the Sonys appear to last a little bit longer. Like if I didn't have the battery cases, just the earbuds themselves, the Sonys appear to be just a smidgen longer before, you know, like when you put them on, when you put these on your phone, you can see the percentage. And ultimately what I'm saying is the Sonys appear to stay at 100 longer. And they sip slower. But ultimately, in the end, the final numbers are the battery life on both is long battery life. So comfort and feel, I definitely give a little bit of an edge to the One More. And then battery life, it gets a slight edge on the Sony, just a slight edge. Now, these battery cases definitely are completely different. The Sony's case is super big, and compared to the One More. The One More is more narrow. They're both kind of the same narrowness, but when it comes to pocketability, they both can fit in a pocket. But this is just a smaller charging case. That's all it is. And it's no knock on Sony or anything, but the Sony is definitely more stylish, I would say. The NFC, pairing these with NFC is super easy. But ultimately, they both have nice carrying cases, but the One More is just a little bit more compact. So I don't think that should be a deciding factor for you, but just take note of that. You can clearly see the difference in size and how big these cases are or how small they are. Now, when it comes to pairing, they both paired really easy, especially if you're using a Sony device. You just put these next to it pretty much and it just figured it out all on its own. But ultimately, what I decided to do is pair both of these to the same device, and I paired them both to my Pixel 4 XL, and they both paired with ease. But where the Sony has the edge. The Sony has a huge edge over the One Mores because of the application. The Sony Music App connector that connects to your phone, it's incredible. There are so many options that you get with the application when using this with an Android phone. It's just amazing. The Sony application is way more intuitive, and there's a lot more options and functionality compared to the One More. When you're talking about connectivity, connecting them to a device, and what you get after you connect, this is groundbreaking compared to this. So if you're a person, which most people do use an application, the Sony app is going to be way better. I mean, you're going to like the Sony app way better. There is an application from One More, but it's nowhere near, it's not, I don't even think it's useful at all, really. Now, last but not least is the sound quality. Wow, this was tough. This was tough, but reality is the Sonys sound a little bit better. The active noise canceling on the One Mores works 100% of the time. No drop, no nothing. But pure sound quality, the Sonys take it. I mean, it's just, the sound is so much more balanced with the Sony earbuds. I really love the One Mores. They sound fantastic. But when you're comparing the two, the Sonys just sound a lot more clear. The bass, the tones, everything is way more balanced. The One Mores, when you turn on the active noise canceling, depending on what I was listening to, I got a lot more bass than I wanted to get from the One Mores. And with the Sonys, I didn't have to make any adjustments. It cancels out sound fantastic. The sound is crystal clear. It's 100% on point. The One Mores, beautiful canceling out of the sound around. You won't hear anything. But the bass seems to kick in a lot stronger when I'm using the One Mores. And that's not a bad thing. But when I listen to the same song on both, the One Mores, it just kicked it up a notch when I activated the active noise canceling. Now when I turn off active noise canceling, the One Mores almost drops down in volume, if you will. But the One Mores have great functionality for pass-through and everything, but I like the Google Assistant the way it's done on the Sony. So sound quality though, Sony takes it, man. And I know that's ultimately what it's going to boil down to for you. While these are fantastic, that's the thing. I mean, I thought they would give Sony a run, and they did give Sony a run. But just when I listened to the same song on both, it was literally, I was like, whoa, these Sonys, I didn't think they would do that well or that far exceed that much. And it does have an edge up. It really does. So just consider that if you're thinking about buying both. Now, what's the trade-off? You have this bulkier case. They're bigger in your ear. And, you know, they cost $30 more unless you can catch them on sale. Now, another trade-off to the One Mores is they sound fantastic. They're smaller, more comfortable in the ear. They have the wireless charging case as well, and it's fast charging. And they cost less. And you can actually get these with the discount code down below. Use my link and the discount code combination together, and you'll get 20 bucks off of these. So you decide. I'm telling you how they sound to me, but you have to decide how they sound to you. And if you've never heard the Sonys, well, they don't even matter because the One Mores sound amazing. But there are a lot of people that ask me about the Sonys because they know I'm a Sony head. These One Mores sound great, and if I just had to permanently choose, and I wasn't balling out and could get both, I would choose the One Mores because they cost less, they feel better in the ear, and they still sound amazing. They just don't have the clarity that the Sonys have. That's the only difference. And when I say clarity, I don't mean that these sound bad. These just sound a little bit better. From the songs that I listened to, these sounded to balance the music a lot better. Now, the One Mores though, is it worth the difference in price to you? You can grab these again with my link. You can grab them for 180 bucks. Some people, I think they're buying them for even less if they got all the codes and stuff, but you can get these ultimately for 180 and these are 230. So the $50 difference, is it worth it? No, it's not. You would definitely gain a whole bunch by getting these One Mores over the Sonys because you want to wear these for an extended period of time. the One Mores, you're gonna love them. You're gonna love them, and that's important to people. Wearing something in their ear is already uncomfortable for a lot of people, but if you know you're gonna be doing that a lot, they don't fall out your ear at all. The Sonys don't fall out my ear either, but they just feel bigger in the ear. So just keep that in mind. But if sound quality and, you know, a really balanced playing field of all genres that you're listening to are important, the Sonys might be for you. So it's your man Jay. I hope you guys enjoyed discussion video. The One Mores active noise canceling versus the Sonys, man. I gotta tell you, this was a tough one. Because it's the trade-offs, man. It's, you know, I still would tell a person to grab these One Mores though, just because they cost $50 less. You can get them for $50 less in the end, and they sound incredible. The active noise canceling on here, and when I said there's too much bass, that's just for me. It didn't happen on all genres of music that I listen to, but some genres of music, you know, it was just more than I wanted to hear. And if that happens with the Sony, I can adjust it in the application with the equalizer. And you can do that on your phone also by adjusting this, but I wanted to use them flat out for what they were. And the One Mores are truly amazing. I mean, you're gonna look online and see tons of positive reviews on here, but can they beat these Sonys in sound quality? Because earbuds come down to a couple of things: comfort, battery life, and sound quality. That's ultimately what you care about. So you have to decide. I've given you some pros and cons on both. You in the end have to make the decision for yourself. But I will leave the link to the One Mores down below because I know these are a hot item right now, and I definitely recommend them. But you have to decide, folks. I'll leave it up to you. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. Comparison, Sony versus One More. Here's something to take note of. The fact that One More is in the same conversation with Sony, that's saying something. Take care.